Have you ever taken a late-night cab ride and felt like the driver wasn't really driving you alone? Some passengers don't come from this world. It was past midnight in Chicago when Mark, a cab driver, picked up his last shift of the night. The streets were quiet, damp from the rain. Streetlights reflected in broken puddles, stretching shadows longer than they should be. Mark was tired, already thinking about heading home, when he saw a woman standing at the corner. She wore a pale dress, her hair long and damp, her skin almost glowing under the flickering streetlight. He slowed the cab and rolled down the window. "Need a ride?" he asked. She nodded silently, sliding into the back seat. Her perfume was faint but strange, almost like flowers, mixed with something metallic. Mark adjusted the mirror. She was sitting perfectly still, hands folded in her lap, staring straight ahead. "Where to?" he asked. Her voice was soft, almost distant. "Just keep driving. I'll tell you when to stop." Mark frowned, but didn't argue. Work was work. He pressed the gas, and the cab rolled forward. For a long stretch, no one spoke. The only sounds were the hum of the engine and the steady rhythm of the wipers. But after a few minutes, Mark noticed something odd. In the rearview mirror, the seat behind him looked empty. He blinked, rubbed his eyes, glanced back quickly, and there she was, still sitting, still staring. When he looked again in the mirror, gone. His palms grew sweaty on the steering wheel. He cleared his throat. "So, been out late?" The woman leaned forward slightly, her voice barely a whisper. "You shouldn't ask questions." Mark's skin crawled. He glanced at the meter. 20 minutes had passed, yet she still hadn't given him an address. Finally, she spoke again. "Turn left." The old bridge. Mark's stomach dropped. The old bridge had been closed for years after an accident. A bus had skidded off the side, killing everyone on board. He forced a nervous laugh. "You sure? That road's not safe." Her tone sharpened. "Take me there." Reluctantly, Mark obeyed. The cab rattled as it crossed onto the abandoned bridge. The streetlights here were broken, the road cracked and silent. Halfway across, the woman finally spoke again. "This is far enough." Mark stopped the car, turned around, and asked, "That'll be $20. But the back seat was empty. The door hadn't opened. The locks hadn't clicked. She was just gone. Mark's heart raced. He grabbed his flashlight, shone it across the bridge, calling out, "Hey, lady, where did you go?" That's when he saw her, standing at the edge of the bridge, dress fluttering in the cold wind. She turned her head slowly toward him, and in that instant, he saw her face clearly, pale, lifeless, eyes hollow, and with a faint smile, she whispered into the night, "You're late. You were supposed to take me home, years ago." Before Mark could move, the engine died. The lights went out, and the cab filled with whispers, dozens of voices, echoing, rising, choking the air. Mark's eyes darted to the rearview mirror again. The back seat was now full. Row after row of passengers, drenched, broken, their faces pale as death, all of them staring at him, all of them whispering in unison, "Drive us home." The next morning, police found Mark's cab abandoned on the bridge, the engine destroyed, windshield shattered from the inside, but Mark was never found. Some say if you take that bridge at night, you'll see a lone cab parked halfway across. And if you look closely through the window, you'll find Mark, still driving, forever.